Did you ever put yourself in the perspective of what would it even be like to not play here in Philadelphia? Because obviously your whole professional career has been here.
Yeah, it's just part of free agency, right? And after we lost out of the NLCS last year, we got back to my apartment and looked out the window and really thought about it, like, hey, this is real. Like, I'm a free agent now, and it's going to be hard not to be back. I've been here for 9 years. That's where everything started. And just like I said about all the friendships and relationships, and not even just with the players that I've played with, just like the staff, the coaches, the workers. The workers my wife's around all the time, the friendship she's made. I've never really had like that big of a change, and it would have been hard, but I'm glad we got it done, and I get to be around everybody I'm comfortable with, and everybody I have made friendships and relationships with.
We know now you're married, you're expecting your first child. How much did the familiarity of Philadelphia, the stability of being in a situation that you know, factor into wanting to remain a part of the Phillies family?
Yeah, it was a big factor. There's a lot that goes in outside of baseball. And it's the family, it's where you're going to live during spring training, where you're going to live during the season, where your home base is. So luckily for us, our home base is in St. Petersburg, and I'm able to go to the complex and go train and stuff over there and stay there during spring training, which is great, and not have to go to another team and find another place I'm not familiar with. As my wife's pregnant, and either her coming with me or her staying back, or me commuting. So it's really nice to be where we're at now, and then find a place up here that we're familiar with during the season and that she's familiar with, and to raise our child in a place that we are familiar with. So it's definitely a blessing, and it has been a blessing, and definitely happy that we're in this position.
You are essentially running it back with the core that's been successful for really the last 2 seasons. So how much do you think that, I mean, excites you, but also provides a hunger that it's the same group chasing the same goal, and you really know your ceiling is the very top of the league?
Yeah, I mean, we're a very good team, as you know, and as we know, being in the playoffs for the first time for a lot of us in 22, finishing off in the World Series, not winning it, obviously was a good accomplishment. Obviously, we wanted to win it, but it was a good accomplishment, and then losing out how we did last year was tough, a lot tougher than losing in 22, just because we knew how to get to where we were in 22, and we knew how hard it was. So last year was kind of a dagger. So I think it's going to make us a little more hungry this year. But I believe we can get back, and I think everybody believes that we can get back to that point.
Do you ever reflect on the fact that, because I grew up here, so I have that Phillies fandom of watching the team in 08, and then before the past 2 years, that long stretch of a postseason drought. But it seems like those years of the drought, they feel a million miles away from the expectations of what this group has now. Is it wild to you at all how much things have swung and how much the confidence has swung and the confidence of the fans to this group?
Yes, it's crazy. Yeah, I've been here in 2015 when the older guys that had all those great years are getting traded, and I'm coming in, and the young guys are coming in, and we're rebuilding phase now. Obviously, it's great. You're in the big leagues, you're young, trying to make your name for yourself, and you're trying to do good and stay in the big leagues. It was great, but being in the position that we are now, looking back at it, it's like you don't want to go back to that. Like, you want to be where we're at right now, and the guys that we have added since then, not just talent-wise, but like player-wise, person-wise, it is like night and day. Knowing how to get there and knowing what it takes to get there and what it takes to get through the playoffs, and how big every game is. Having guys that are experienced in pretty much the same team is a big factor, and it plays a big part. Definitely confident we can do it again.